Dalya and I are back, and today we're comparing two classic fragrances from the same perfumer. Aramis 900.
Aromatics Elixir by Clinique.
Both created by
Bernard Chant, who is French. It's spelled Chant. It's Chant.
We're going to do that all coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. We've got another great video for you today. If this is your first time on this channel, please click below and subscribe, and also please click the bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos.
And giveaways.
Of course, yes, we do giveaways, but not on this video, unfortunately.
No giveaway.
But we are comparing two very, very classic fragrances. And Aramis is a brand that I grew up with. My dad wore Aramis.
Mine too.
And we love Aramis. It's classic perfumery. It's been around for ages, right?
Decades for sure, if not ages. It's brilliantly crafted. It's a work of art.
Yes, and it's both Clinique and Aramis are owned by Estee Lauder.
I don't know if they were in
at the
70s,
time. Yeah, I don't think so.
But this guy Bernard Chant, he was the nose for these in the 70s and early 80s. But I think these are both 70s. Yes,
but the original Aramis was the 60s. So Aramis 900 came out in 73.
And I didn't look up when.
And this came out 2 years later in 1975. The reason why we're comparing these two is because a lot of people say that they smell similar. And I get that because I think it's the same perfumer.
Well, it's definitely the same perfumer, and there's some overlap of notes.
There's some overlap of notes, but let's smell them.
We're gonna do a compare and contrast.
Yes.
Let's start with Aromatics Elixir.
Now the juices are completely different. Aromatics Elixir is really dark and brownish, chocolatey. This one's a lot yellower.
And this is a beast. This one is a very strong. There's something retro about it, but it's right on that sort of classic retro line. It's almost has a sort of cinnamon to me. I don't see that in the notes, but there's a cinnamon feel to it.
Definitely cinnamony.
Okay, good. Thanks for that. It is a wow. It opens up with a kind of fizzy quality to it. It has it's a grown-up fragrance. It's not a light, fresh kind of young person, but it's not grandma either. It's just a very mature, respectable, steady.
To me, it smells
lovely.
It smells like a powerhouse kind of a fragrance from the 80s, or even the 70s.
It is, yeah. It's so well blended. It's not like you can pick out that many notes, really. It's like.
Do you find it to be earthy? I find this to be very, very earthy.
I would agree on earthy.
So the notes here, the dominant notes in this fragrance are oak moss, patchouli, chamomile, aldehydes, incense, vetiver, bay leaves. I'm sorry, that's not bay leaves. It's clary sage, cardamom, geranium, rose, carnation.
It's the rose that's kind of giving it that body. There's this. It's just so well
It's rosy.
blended.
It's rosy.
But if you think about the note and then you smell it, you kind of smell that note more.
Yeah. I have that happen all the time.
Yeah. Oh, but it's just so. So well done.
I mean, they don't make fragrances like this anymore.
That's
Especially the designers do not make fragrances like this. This is masterpiece. I would call this a masterpiece, a classic masterpiece.
It doesn't. How do I say this? It doesn't wear you. It blends with the you smell, but it's still a statement piece, sort of like a big necklace. It's not. I wouldn't say this is particularly feminine. I wouldn't say it's particularly masculine.
Oh my god, it's very masculine actually. To me, it smells more masculine than feminine.
But then there's that rose, and there's that lovely sort of warm patchouli in there, and
that patchouli is awesome. And the oak moss is awesome. It's
a sheep. It's a classic kind of. It's classic and it's classy, and it has a retro feel, but it's not retro. It's difficult to even describe it.
I think the current version of Aromatics Elixir came out. I mean, they've redone this fragrance from what it used to be. Aromatics Elixir is the oldest perfume from the House of Clinique, created in 1975. But down there it says Aromatics Elixir was launched in 1971. So Fragrantica has...
No, they might have acquired it.
Weird. Anyway, okay, I guess Aromatics Elixir originally came out in 71. So then this...
Early 70s.
Early 70s. For this one, it's 1973, but there's some weird dates on Fragrantica, so I'm not sure which is the date exactly. So do you think it was...
Early 70s.
Well, it's early 70s, yes, but why does it say Aromatics Elixir is the oldest perfume from the House of Clinique, created in 1975? At the bottom it says,
right.
Aromatics Elixir was launched in 1971. How could it be created in 75 and launched in 71?
Maybe under the brand Clinique. It was rebranded in 75?
Okay, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
I'm just making up answers.
Yeah. Let's smell Aramis 900
Totes.
and see how similar and not similar it smells.
Since it's the same guy in the same time period, and a lot of other people have said that they're similar. I don't get any similarity.
Well, wow. You know what? Here's the thing that happens with perfumes. From separately, it smells similar. When you do them side by side.
Yeah, there are things that remind you of things.
So which one's this? This is Aromatics Elixir.
Aromatics Elixir. Well, if we're confusing them, then you probably do think they smell similar.
Yeah, they totally smell similar to me. So
the Aramis 900 has a more sort of watery quality to me. It has a slightly fresher intro than Aromatics Elixir.
for notes in Aromatics Elixir, you have, according to Fragrantica, the dominant note is rose. You've got oak moss, you've got civet, you've got carnation, geranium, patchouli, lily of the valley, cardamom, vetiver, green notes, and so on. But I mean, some overlapping notes.
There's overlapping notes, and that to me is more on the vetiver side. It might be the citrus that I'm getting that's the fresher quality to it. Maybe the carnation is more forward on that one. Aromatics Elixir has the fuller body. There's more of the patchouli. They may both have rose, but I don't know if it's the same rose.
Well, if it's done by Bernard, maybe he did the same rose.
He may have other roses that he likes to use.
You're right. Let's go back in time and see what kind of rose he did.
I want to have dinner with him and talk about how things smell. It's fresher though. There's the citrus.
Well, I think it's more men. I mean, it's made more for men. I think that's the thing. Yeah. I think so. This is more feminine, even though I find it to be very masculine.
Right, you just said.
Yeah, I find it to be. But when you compare them side by side, the freshness of this actually makes it more masculine.
This is a womanly. Right? You know what it's not that it's femme, it's not pink. It's a very rounded sort of...
Definitely not pink. And if it was pink, I would not like that fragrance.
Right?
I don't like pink.
It's like a burnt orange.
It's like
rust.
Burnt orange rubbed all over the oak moss and patchouli with some roses thrown in.
It's lovely. And that's nice. The Aramis 900 is nice. I don't...
Well, you're partial to the Aromatics Elixir. I mean, I get it, but look at this. I like both of them. I really like both of them.
So, what is the relationship between Aramis 900 to Aramis the
original? So you have an original bottle of the cologne.
The aftershave, yeah.
Oh, it's the aftershave even.
Yeah, it is, but it's.
Oh my God, it smells good.
It's so delicious. This I don't know what the relationship though is between the two.
Well, once Aramis had come out, the original, they did all these flankers, and my dad was wearing them. He had the Tuscany Uomo, he had the JHL, he had this one, and then at the end I had a few of the later ones, like the Havana, which was like a tobacco.
Oh, you wore that for a long time, you said.
Yeah, and then I also wore the New West, I think it was called, or something like that. I can't remember. Those were like late 80s, early 90s.
Well, the story with this is that I remember my dad wearing it, and I always thought it was like the manliest, most masculine thing in the whole wide world. It never occurred to me that I could wear it myself. I mean, I got a bottle on eBay or something.
How much did you get that for?
Like $10, $15.
Wow.
I'm just saying. So it
still smells great though.
But it's amazing, and it's an older bottle. You can still buy this new. think.
Yeah, but this smells old. I mean, it doesn't smell like it smells old. It smells like classic old.
Right. Like, I don't know if it's been reformulated. Do you?
Oh, it has. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, it has.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, my dad had a splash bottle like this.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the aftershave. He had the cologne. And it said
My dad, I
cologne.
remember him being super specific about how only the aftershave, not the cologne.
Really?
Like, so maybe there's differences in those formulations as well. So that's what I mean, I saw it was a cheapie. It was like, what the hell? But it's not masculine on me when I wear it.
So you bring out the femininity out of the masculine fragrance.
That makes me sound like some kind of awesome that I don't know if that's
So,
what it is, but
Do we know when this bottle was created? Like the
I
juice
have
inside?
no idea. I don't know how I would tell, to be honest. But I
Let's
tried
show
out.
them. It says aftershave.
If you know and put it in the comments, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
So we want to know when the bottle.
We want to know how old this is because it's probably not from the actual 70s, but it is delicious and lovely. And the patchouli in the heart or in the base of this is exceptional. Now see, if you put these two side by side, I don't think they are even.
Oh no, they're totally night and
It's
day.
the same perfumer though. It's still
Bernard Chant.
Bernard Chant.
Bernard Chant.
So it's still the same guy. This is my absolute favorite. Like if
This came out in the 60s.
did it?
Yeah, 67, I think.
What?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he has like a secret sauce of like a patchouli or a rose that he's known for. I unfortunately don't know that much about him.
66 he did.
Wow.
Oh, you know what? There was also another one from Aramis called Devon, which my dad wore. Which also Bernard Chant did.
And again, he was a ghostwriter, whatever the real word
Oh
for it
yeah,
is.
you were mentioning that.
Yeah, so he is behind a lot of famous fragrances and is not credited
Not
for
credited.
them.
That's
so
a bummer.
you know, he kind of predated I didn't see like a Wikipedia page for him. Maybe I spelled his name wrong or something like that. So I don't know if there's a complete list of what he's done. I have seen like posts and forums and conversations like that with people trying to figure it out. Incredibly talented, and not a name that I hear people talking about very much.
Oh,
kind
no.
of because
He might even be long gone, right?
I probably since his heyday appears to have been the late 60s. Oh, late 50s.
Wow, he did cabochon.
Yeah, a lot of people are obsessed with cabochon, and so he did that formulation. He's probably not somebody I could actually have dinner with, but I would like to.
So it looks like Estee Lauder has owned Aramis for quite some time. I don't know when the year that they own it, but I can see why he would create something very similar to Aromatics Elixir.
I could see why you would create anything similar to Aramis,
I mean,
but it's not.
this is definitely 71 now that I look at the list of fragrances he's created, so this came out before this came out. And this actually, you know how much I bought this for? $30 on the internet. And you bought that for
Like $25.
$20?
Yeah.
$25? It's cheap.
Well, it depends what there are people who think that buying perfume from disreputable like individuals or whatever is a faux pas. It's, for $25 I'll give it a shot. I've had very good luck. I think people who are into fragrance are, I don't know, I'm biased.
No, you know what? I've never had really
bad
bad
experience.
luck. I mean, I bought everything and everything's been legitimate. I buy a lot online, so
These are, it's kind of good to look back, I think, sometimes at what perfume used to smell like, where it's coming from. There are so many people doing so many amazing sort of innovative things today. I don't want to take away from that, but these sort of powerhouse, really saturated, intense, robust fragrances from days of yore are a delight as well, and kind of a nice change of pace for this type of weather. When it's colder outside, this kind of spicy, warm patchouli, cinnamon type of aromatics elixir is a great choice.
Yeah, I think everybody should have some classics in their collection if you're a collector. And since these are really inexpensive, get them, because I don't know how long they'll keep producing these. I mean, there's a certain generation that will probably completely move on, and what's left that are not as not into the fragrances
Yeah.
like this, we might actually lose these forever.
There are younger people who may not have any kind of frame of reference for this. Like you and I both can say, oh, my dad wore that. And, you know, we grew up smelling, kind of letting everyone know how old we are. But it's
I'm almost 50, so.
I'm not going to say anything. But it's, you know, it's, these are, I don't see that they're similar. I don't really see, maybe it's the same rose, maybe there's a few notes, but for me, this is the Aramis 900 is a fresher kind of masculine. It does have that classic kind of like splash feel to it.
Oh my God, I can't believe you can't see that. They're different, but if anything is different, I think this has a more ambery touch than this, but everything else is the same. You can smell the more molassesy or denseness. This one's fresher for sure.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'm just getting hung up on the freshness because that's something where I usually go like,
it's not you.
Not me. I wouldn't wear it. And this is just so sort of, there are no sharp corners in this. It is just a rounded, lovely, like start to finish. And then of course there's this, which is the best.
This is a great brand. And if you want to explore
Perfumer.
classic perfumes, definitely go check out Aramis. They brought them back several years ago, at least Estee Lauder brought them back. And if you're into the classic fragrances or colognes for men, do check these out.
Or if you think you might be, you don't have to know that you're into the classics.
No, you don't have to. Just get one and just try. They're so inexpensive, actually. And if you want to try, if you're a lady and you want to try this and you haven't tried it, they sell these at Macy's still. I mean, go to the Clinique counter and you'll find that. But
or even at some
discounters, if you want to just take a crack at it and buy it.
Right. It's not a big spend, and it's kind of a great adventure in smelling things that are really different from what's being launched today.
I'll have links in the info box for all three of these. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put all the Aramis flankers in the info box, so if you're curious to try them, do try them, because I really recommend it.
And it's actually, in addition to people who are maybe interested in exploring classic scents, this is a really interesting perfumer for the very unisex. All of the ones we've talked about, Cabochard, Aramis, Unexpectedly, Aromatics Elixir, these are very gender neutral. And I hear from a lot of women like, oh, I'd like to try wearing men's fragrances, but I don't know where to go. I don't want something to smell too manly. These are, they're powerhouses, but they're not really gender
They're not
specific.
wimpy fragrances, I have to say that.
Yeah, don't get in the elevator.
Not aquatics at all.
Like if you know somebody who's like allergic or fragrance sensitive, maybe that's not the day that you want to hang out with them when you're trying these, but really worth a shot.
Yeah. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Let us know what your favorite classic fragrances are.
Yeah.
Let us know if you've tried any of the Aramis fragrances or Aramis 900, or if you've tried this Aramis right here, the original, or Aromatics Elixir by Clinique, so we can get a conversation started. Also, please like this video, please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.